What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another Prize Picks video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. PropsMadeEasy.com. Bet smarter, not harder. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Excited to get straight into this video for today. Yesterday was another solid day. Let's get back to it, though. We've got NBA back tonight where hopefully, I mean, I'm leaning wanting Miami to win, but I don't care. Um, it would be interesting to see Boston win because that'd be the first time in like what, a long ass time that a team's come back from 0 and 3. So that would be really cool. Either way, Miami's going, and I like Jimmy Butler. I'm a big Jimmy Butler fan. He goes, I'll be happy. Boston wins and snaps that 0-3 streak going on, and that'll also be cool. So I really don't care. I'm not leaning too heavily either way, but let's get straight into NBA for today. Now, at the top of the list, of course, is Bam Adebayo. He is consistently at the top because he's just tremendous value when it comes to fantasy score consistently because of the fact that he's only in the 30s when he is a guy who drops 40s and 50s consistently all season long. We're not talking about just a small sample size of this series or even this playoffs. We're talking large spectrum of data coming together to give you the most likely outcome here with all of these prop types and all of this stuff. So for me, I'm leaning Bam once again. Bam has made me a ton of money over these playoffs, and I'm just consistently riding him. If he lets me down, then so be it. But at 35, a guy like Bam Adebayo, who's a big focal point outside of Jimmy Butler on this Miami team, I just feel really safe with him at 35. It is what it is if he doesn't hit, but I mean, the data's screaming over. Have him projected over 40, a 7.23 differential. So Bam Adebayo over 35. Yes, please. Next up, I'm thinking about doing another fantasy score. I can't really find, as you could see, it's a lot of Bam Adebayo love, and then there's not much else when it comes to regular prop types. There's a few that are kind of interesting to me, like Jason Tatum's prop is at 6 for assists on Prize Picks. He would need to get 7. He would need to get to 7 assists to kill you. Vegas is at 5.5. We have him at 5.74. So he has to get 7 assists to kill you. We have him projected at 5.74. So the under there seems like a decent bet, but once again, it's yellow. So I'm going over on Bam Adebayo, 35 fantasy score. And then I'm also going to drop down to Marcus Smart and go over 29.5 for Marcus Smart. We have him projected at 31, a 1.68 differential between where his fantasy score prop line is on Prize Picks and where we have him projected to score. So Bam Adebayo and Marcus Smart fantasy scores. We're going to rock the over on both of those guys. Um, yeah, I'm feeling pretty damn good about both of those guys. Both of those guys are in solid spots, and like as you could see on this single game, sometimes it's hard to find value. On this single game, we don't have a ton of green for the overs. We have some unders. The prop tool always hates Caleb Martin. It understands that Caleb Martin had a big game last game, and he showed out, but it doesn't expect him to do that consistently. So it's definitely promoting you to go unders on Caleb Martin now that he's bumped a little bit higher than maybe he should because of his performance in the last game or last few games. So definitely liking the unders on some Caleb Martin just off of more of a, like I said, we're going off more of a broad spectrum of data, a longer data range. We're not going just off of the series. Okay, just because Caleb Martin had a big game last game means honestly I'm down to bet the unders immediately in the next game because I don't know if Caleb Martin is the guy who has that in him to consistently go crazy like that. So, um, yeah, so Caleb Martin unders are popping. There's a few Tatum props that are popping for the under, like assists, fantasy score even. But definitely liking the spots for the overs on Bam Adebayo and Marcus Smart. So those are our two NBA picks we're going to rock with. We still don't have field goals attempted coming up yet. Field goals attempted sometimes can be great value as well, so stay tuned on that. Or personal fouls. So field goals attempted and personal fouls will be coming in as soon as that's available on Prize Picks. So Props Made Easy members, make sure you're refreshing the tool. That way, when that information comes out, you can go ahead and grab that. I don't. We do have hockey, but not everybody is in here yet, and it's yellow, so I won't be betting much hockey tonight as of right now. There's just not much value there to be had for me. When it comes to baseball, there's a couple spots I'm really liking. First is Adalis Garcia. There's a couple hitter fantasy scores once again that I'm leaning on. Adalis Garcia is the first guy that I'm going to talk about. Garcia's got the righty-lefty matchup against Matthew Boyd. Great spot for Adolis Garcia. At only 7, dude's been raking, having a fantastic year. It's got the righty-lefty matchup. 7 just feels too low for Garcia in this matchup. And then Christian Walker against Colorado. Kaufman is pitching for Colorado. It's not in Coors or anything. It's in Arizona. But Christian Walker at home against a bad righty. Fantastic matchup. It's a huge total, too, for Arizona tonight. 6.5 prop line. Way too low for Christian Walker, who's been hitting the ball very well, going against a bad righty at home in Arizona. Over 6.5 for Christian Walker. Over 7 for Adolis Garcia. Regular prop types that are popping. We've got Rich Hill popping a good little bit here. Almost the over on Mickey Moniak for total bases. Desclafani's leaning over against Pittsburgh. There's multiple options, but the main options that we're going to rock with today is a couple hitter fantasy scores. We're going to go over on Adolis Garcia 7 and over on Christian Walker 6.5. Let's look at the first inning runs tool. By the way, this thing's been destroying. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of the first inning runs tool too if you're Props Made Easy members. The Royals and Cardinals is going to be the over that we're going to rock with. Vegas likes the over, has them at plus 105 to go under. So the money is on this game going over in the first inning. Stalmont and Wainwright have both been bad in the first innings, giving up over 6 ERAs. Both of them have a combined average of 6.28 ERA. The over-under on this game is a 9.5. Both offenses have been doing all right at putting runs up in the first inning. 791 combined OPS for these offenses. Not only has the pitching been bad, but the bats have been hot. It's a recipe for an over in the first inning for the Royals and Cardinals. And then the best under option we have is probably the Yankees and Mariners. Herman hasn't been the greatest in the first, but as you can see, it's yellow, so it's not horrible. It's not great. Bryce Miller has been fantastic in the first. Minus 115 odds of going under. 238 combined ERA of both of these guys. Only an 8 over under, which is kind of above that 7.5 or lower we like to look for. But that's okay because they have a combined 0.84 whip. Both of these offenses have only scored 28 runs out of their 54 first inning matchups. A 752 combined OPS, so kind of in the yellow, kind of a decent numbers for those guys. But 80% hit rate, leaning at the under as the most likely outcome for the Yankees and the Mariners first inning. Other options you can go, you've got another option right here. You've got Guardians and Orioles who are leaning a solid under as well. But yeah, I mean, the overs are really popping today. There's multiple overs that are great. Royals and Cardinals, probably my favorite first inning runs bet. And then for under, Yankees and Mariners. All right. Now, let's go Csgo. Star of the show. Once again, swept Csgo a couple of days ago. We had an off day for Csgo yesterday. A couple of days ago, threw together a little 3-pack of Csgo. If you guys want my personal picks, Cam ATL's personal prize picks, I put that for members over at Greenlight DFS. That's my company. Greenlight DFS, we specialize in optimal lineups for DraftKings and FanDuel for baseball, basketball, PGA, NASCAR, MMA, all that stuff. So we kind of build together optimal lineups for DraftKings and FanDuel. So if you're interested in DFS content, you can find that here under more at DFS content. That'll bring you over to my site, so where you will get the optimals for DraftKings and FanDuel for whatever sport you're looking for, and you'll also get my personal prize picks. I've already posted my favorite 5-pick flex for prize picks today over on the NBA page and MLB page at Greenlight, so you can see that with any of those packages. All right, but for the CS:GO today, a couple options I'm really leaning with, man. That's Nico for OG. Make sure you're paying attention because there's a couple different Nico options. There's a Nico for OG, and there is a Nico. Where is he? Where's the other Nico at? Did he already start or something? Where's he? I think he's a. Let me see. There's a Nico for OG. There was a couple Nicos, so just be careful. Make sure you get the Nico for OG against Furia. That's the one we want. His Maps 1 kills is set at 16 prop line. We haven't projected over 20. That's a 4.12 differential for Nico here in this matchup. So really love Nico from Team OG. Make sure you're getting the right one because there's a couple. Over 16 Map 1 kills. And then Brezzy for Evil Geniuses against FaZe. Maps 1 kills at 15. We haven't projected at 19. That's a 4.07 differential. So those are the best value options you can get for CSGO today. Nico for OG over 16. And then Brezzy Evil Geniuses over 15. Once again, be careful and make sure you get the right Nico. I'm not seeing the other Nico here, so maybe he's already started, so it won't be too hard of a of a thing to get right. I'm not seeing, yeah, I'm not seeing the other Nico, so maybe we're good. Maybe you don't have to worry about it. But just in case, because I'm not on Prizepicks right now, just in case, make sure you're doing Nico from OG over maps 1 kills, and then Brezzy for Evil Geniuses over 15 kills. All right? Let's see. WNBA, I don't believe there's any games for WNBA today. We don't have anything new for soccer today as well. So for recapping what we have for today, we have NBA. We have over on Bam Adebayo's fantasy score and over on Marcus Smart's fantasy score. NHL doesn't have any great value today, so I'm not really getting much exposure to NHL. MLB, over on Adalis Garcia, over on Christian Walker's hitter fantasy score. Both of those feel way too low in their matchups today for me. And then CSGO, we're going over on Nico from Team OG, and then over on Brezzy from Team Evil Geniuses on their maps 1 kills. And then WNBA doesn't have anything, and soccer doesn't have anything as of right now. All right? Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. Make sure you guys join up Props Made Easy. Only $15 a month if you're interested in daily fantasy sports, DraftKings and FanDuel, optimal lineups, or my personal picks. You can find that all over at greenlightdfs.com. You can go right here, DFS content under more. All right? Thank you guys for joining me as always. Let's keep smashing. Let's have an amazing day. Let's smash DFS for all the DFS people riding with me at Greenlight. And let's smash and let's sweep these Prizepicks, baby. Let's get it. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Y'all have an amazing day. Happy Memorial Day, by the way, to all the veterans, all the active, too. Thank you guys for everything that y'all do. Appreciate you guys. And let's get straight to it, y'all. Peace.